weeks back,
Yes.
the prosecution in this case
Yes.
was actually angry at the fact that you missed the arraignment.
VDM.
And according to him, he saw you on News Central Television.
Yes.
He was not happy about that.
Yes.
Now you have been arraigned, and yes, you have taken your plea. What do you have to say concerning this whole trial, this whole case leveled against you?
You know, the prosecutor probably doesn't know me very well, because the day I missed the arraignment, I was actually in Lagos, declared wanted by the overzealous commissioner of police in Lagos. So we're dealing with that in a federal high court, a broader court in Lagos. So, and we had written to them, and I agreed, because that date was not given in court. It was a day that somebody chose off record. So I'm not the kind of person that he was angry. I think by the end of today's proceeding, he had come to that very inevitable conclusion and realization that Sowore is not a coward. And I was giving him signs in the court that you can get your pay, but don't violate my rights. So actually I was angry that I saw him berating me, but by the end of today also I've forgiven him. Because they are all citizens of this country that we are all working tirelessly to help. You know,
will see the light.
People like him will soon retire, so they will need a good country, and we are here to provide it.
But he wanted you to be detained.
That is his wish. But now we have a different wish for the Christmas, and that's to wish Nigerians Merry Christmas in advance. Everybody that is abducted, we want to see them released. Everybody that is suffering, we want them to have succor. And the judge took judicial notice of the personality in his court. And he's aware consciously that we are going into election.
Of course.
And that their candidates must be defeated, having failed this country.
Resoundingly.
Yes.
After this particular case,
Yes.
another one was called.
Those were civil cases that we sued the DSS, and Twitter, and Facebook.
Why are you suing them?
Suing them for trying to violate my right online to do what constitutionally I'm empowered to do. But we haven't gotten there yet. So, but we have another case tomorrow against the illegal IGP. Yes.
So we say this particular case is aura for aura.
I don't want to comment on cases because more cases are going to come. I don't want to waste my time. This case never existed in the first place. And you can see the humility of the senior advocate Kende. By the time the case proceeded to the decision of the court, I think he had been sufficiently humbled by the kind of people we are. We have no apologies in saying that we deserve a country that works for all. And you see all these lawyers, they work for free just to make the country a better country. So I came prepared. As you can see, this is my detention bag. I'm serious. So in case there was a decision to send me to prison, I was prepared for it. I just came out of prison a few weeks ago.
Yes. So, inside what? Not be prison.
But like I said, that is not the issue for this trial. What is at stake in this case is what our lawyer has said. It's an attempt to muzzle some of us from exercising our fundamental right to speak truthfully to power against the misuse, abuse of power, and the failure of these guys who are in government, who, by the way, have enjoyed free speech, even under military rule, that we guaranteed as student leaders in this country.
Let me push my luck a little bit.
Yes.
Nnamdi Kanu is in Sokoto.
Yes.
And this morning in court, that particular case was cited. And another from this same court was cited with them alleging that you disobeyed. And this was one of their bases for the court not to grant you bail. How would you react?
No. You see, the judge was the one who issued the order, this particular judge. And he knew that Kende SAN was lying about it. There was no order that said I cannot protest. They gave an order that we couldn't go to certain areas. But we were not served that order.
Very well.
As prescribed by the judge. He said you must serve Sowore by evening of Friday, close of business.
Yes.
They served us by WhatsApp on Saturday. But even at that, when we were protesting, we were nowhere near the restricted areas. But they still took laws into their hand by arresting, molesting, and unlawfully detaining lawyers to Nnamdi Kanu. So we are also in court to seek for damages over that.
It's coming up on the 14th.
So just take your time and watch some of these things unfold. Yeah.
Any comments, Council?
I should. I might add one or two to my president's speech. I said it all, but we feel very embarrassed we feel very ashamed, we feel very perplexed that the man who has benefited more on free speech in this country today than any other person alive today is the same man on whose accounts and on whose watch another man who has fought over the years for his own freedom and rights is being charged to court for exercising that same right that they've enjoyed over the years. No single individual in this country today has enjoyed or benefited more from the right of free speech like President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. But on account of calling the president to order and asking him to be accountable to the Nigerian people, Mr. Sowore was charged to court for calling him to order. We repeat for the umpteenth time that the attempt at shrinking the civic space would be resisted. Nigerians have a right to air their opinions freely in matters of public importance. And the government has no business attempting to shrink that civic space. It is also quite embarrassing that the government, whom almost half of the country has been taken over from by bandits, who shares our sovereignty with bandits and kidnappers, whom kidnappers are every day on the social media, doing TikTok, collecting ransom openly, and who are being paid ransom by persons in governments, would preoccupy itself with shrinking and arresting and prosecuting persons that have only called for accountability. What happens to Bello Turji and the other bandits all over the country who are kidnapping Nigerians daily for ransom? The same bandits that state actors are paying ransom to. What happens to marauders and killers in this country today? This same government negotiates with them, pays their ransom, but still have the temerity to arrest the same Nigerians who are only asking that, can the country be better for all? It is quite a shame and it's quite very embarrassing. But we will insist that the civic space in this country must be broadened. We also started a case in court where the same president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, alongside other persons, were charged for the offense of sedition. Ebuto Ukuwe. Yes. When they were charged to court, they also applied that they be granted bail. But more fundamentally, they also insisted that the liberty to speak what they feel to persons in government and authority cannot be taken away from them. And the court agreed with them and freed them in that charge. On what basis is a man that has insisted over the years on enjoying these same rights, shrinking it and stopping others from enjoying the same rights, was the man who has called this same president a warlord, a drug lord, not rewarded with an ambassadorial appointment? So what happens to people who call him criminals every day? So sorry. What happens to people who are his friends in government but have said that he's a drug baron? What happens to them? Yes. But simply because Sowore has refused to play ball with them, they want to ensure that they put him behind bars. Nigerians must rise and take up the gauntlet and resist this attempt until we are all free. We are not free. We must rise and challenge this government of today and insist that we have the right to express ourselves on matters of public importance. And nobody can take that right from us. Thank you.
Are you ready for trial on the adjourned date?
We are very ready for trial. As a matter of fact, we have insisted that this charge ought not to be in the first place. We have informed the court that this charge is defective and this charge ought not to be filed in the first place. We have also filed an objection to the charge. On the next adjourned date, we will take the objection while we will be urging the court to strike out or dismiss this charge for being incompetent and for it ought not to have been filed in the first place. Thank you.